I'm Morgan Dixon. I am the education specialist here at CEV Multimedia. You guys just watched our special populations panel. We have Shirley, Velma, and Max, who were wonderful in leading that panel with me and answering lots of questions. Just a reminder before we get started, if you guys would please keep your mics muted since we have over 50 people in here, so it just would help to let the speakers stay clear. So before I let our panel answer questions, I did notice that there were quite a few people asking about setting up a separate code for your special population students. So what you would do there is just create a new course, and I wouldn't label it special populations course, but I would label it like first period B or something, and then just enroll them in that course instead of having them in your course with all of your Gen Pop students, and they won't know any different. And then also, if you guys have used ICEV before, anytime you pull up a course, there's going to be a button on the side that says Teaching Strategies for Special Population Students. And that was a labor of love document. There's about 50 pages with tips and tricks and strategies and grouping suggestions and graphic organizers. It's a really wonderful resource. You guys have that that you can use for anything. So I would definitely suggest utilizing that resource. Okay, so one of the questions that we had, it says, when instructing remotely, do you video yourself and embed it into your LMS for students to view?
What I do is especially the PowerPoints, I'll take and I break them up into smaller groups, and I use Screencast-O-Matic, the free version, and I do short, because I think you get like 10 minutes, and that's enough. And then I adapt those PowerPoints too. And I do that, and I also do the Screencastify, which is a Google add-on, and it goes real easy. I've done Google Classrooms and Schoology both, and it works good with both of those.
Okay, great. We also had lots of questions about modifying lessons and the tests for your special pop students.
So my primary strategy for doing modifications is allowing additional time, or in the separate course that I set up for some of my special population students, give additional attempts at some of the assignments and assessments so that they have more chances to improve their grade or to review the material and have a better chance at getting the type of score that they're looking for.
Great, we have this really awesome suggestion, and Velma actually has experience with this. It says, I don't know if you have experienced this, but I have had some of my special pop students teach the upper end students the skills.
That is true. It's real funny because actually it was a couple of students that were autistic, and they were just so savvy with technology. And anytime one of the upper level kids had a question, it was those kids that would teach the other ones. I let them do it. It was just it was an empowerment for them, and it made them feel good. Now, and of course, a lot of the upper level kids were like, they were very appreciative, and it's just peer to peer. So it worked.
Yeah, and also I'm sure everyone is having questions about this, but what do you guys do for those students whose language is not whose primary language is not English?
Lucky for me, I speak Spanish. I have one particular class where I had 4 non-English speaking. So I would pair them. I would pair 2 with 2 English speaking and another 2 with another 2 English speaking. And once I did the lesson, I took a couple of minutes out to sit down and personally sit with each of those groups and explain the lesson to them in Spanish. And a lot of the times they recognize the wording, they recognize the vocabulary, but they're unsure of themselves. And once I explain to them, they understand. But a lot of the times we have kids that are bilingual, and they will also help out the non-English speakers. I haven't had an issue with German or French yet, so.
Can I add to that real quick?
Yes, please, go for it.
We have an English language classroom, and we get more than just Spanish speakers. We get Arabic and everything in Michigan. So I give them the English language classroom. I give them the information for ICV, and I give them access. And so then they can help them also. I do utilize any students that do speak a different language. I've done, one time my daughter spoke Arabic, and so she was my big Arabic helper because there wasn't any Arabic speaking people around. So utilize people in the community, other students, and whoever is your English language resource room.
Right. And there, I just saw this question. It says, I teach in a juvenile detention facility. Occasionally, internet is inaccessible. Does the program work sufficiently with other resources when videos can't be used? All of our resources can be downloaded and printed off. And I'm sure you guys experienced a lot of internet issues in the spring whenever we were teaching virtually. And so we do provide the transcripts of videos and everything like that. But internet obviously is helpful, but we do offer those resources to be able to be downloaded. So that will help with that problem. Okay, well, I hope you guys learned a lot. Thank you so much to our panelists. You guys did an awesome job. We appreciate you guys so much. In order to get your PD credit and to get your points for the challenge, you need the code. It is SPCPOP005. So for Special Pops, it's SPCPOP005. I hope y'all have a great afternoon. Thank you.